Do you guys think the F-22 Raptor with AIM-9X and AIM-120D would be balanced in War Thunder? Do you guys also think that this jet will ever be added to the game? Tell me in the comments down below. I'm genuinely curious to hear what you guys have to say about this. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about the 5th gen aircraft leaks, the F-22 and the F-117. But before we get into that, I just want to thank you guys for clicking on this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more stuff like this, or if you just enjoy the video, and make sure to drop a like. It does help push these out into the algorithm. Anyway, you guys could just put this in the back of, I don't know, a video game or something. It's more of an audio type video, but I did put up some gameplay for you guys to enjoy. Now, if you guys don't know, War Thunder has been thinking about 5th gen aircraft for a while. For example, they added a J-20 profile picture in the game, I think a year ago, and it's just been sitting there. So Gaijin's not, unaware of 5th gen aircraft. I'm sure they thought of it and perhaps even put it in their planning for later phases of the game. But does this mean, are these leaks 100% confirmed, yada yada yada? That's not really what this video is about. Personally, I don't really know anything about the leaks. I'm not sure if they're correct or whatever. But what I will bet on is that Gaijin will add 5th gen aircraft to the game eventually. Will they add them soon? Probably not. I think they might introduce, the soonest thing we might get is maybe an RCS patch where certain jets at certain angles have variable RCS. I think that would be super cool. Maybe Gaijin can start out with that, I don't know, next year. But I don't think we'll see 5th gen aircraft for maybe like 2 to 3 years, maybe. It just doesn't make sense to add them. There's so many other fighter jets, like 4++ generation type aircraft, 4.5 generation aircraft that Gaijin should add. And even just normal 4th gen that Gaijin can add to just fill in the ranks a little bit. But will they? I've been saying this for a while now. Yes, we're going to see an F-22, F-35, J-20, all that crap. We're going to see it all, but probably not soon. There's a lot of stuff Gaijin has to add to actually support those units and to make it a little more balanced. Now, in terms of realism, which I believe is one of the bigger arguments against adding 5th gen aircraft, to be honest, I really don't care. War Thunder does advertise the game to be a realistic game, and in some aspects they are pretty, accurate with their stuff. But we got to remember, a lot of the top tier vehicles are classified in terms of technology and capabilities and what the exact ranges are on everything and yada yada yada, right? A lot of the modern stuff is classified technology, so Gaijin makes educated guesses. They also use game balance to determine how a certain vehicle or missile or weapon or whatever will perform. Whether you like it or not, gameplay is kind of key for Gaijin. If players aren't playing the game because something's ridiculously OP, then they're gonna change it, right? So game balance goes into effect. Limited access to classified information goes into effect when Gaijin makes a new jet and yada yada. So they're not always 100% accurate, right? And I hope most War Thunder players understand that this game is not a full 100% simulator. You can't use War Thunder to actually train military personnel. But with that being said, Gaijin tends to make decently educated guesses. And I think what they could do with at least stealth jets is make it more balance centered, I guess, right? There's a lot of things the Raptor can do that we just don't know about, and a lot of other 5th gen aircraft, they could do things we just don't know about. So what we do know is they have stealth, and they have reduced RCSs, so give it variable RCS, give it, its weapons payload. If it opens its bay doors, it's less stealthy, that sort of thing, the basics, right? Gaijin can add that. But in terms of game balance, maybe make the RCS dependent on how annoying the aircraft is to other players, just to balance things out, of course. Because if it was realistic, I'm sorry Warsaw fanboys, but the F-22 Raptor would kill everything in War Thunder. With that being said, I do think this could potentially add some problems to the game. Now, I did state War Thunder is not a very realistic game, but it's not off the walls some random mobile modern warfare game that just adds straight up fictional modern vehicles, right? War Thunder typically adds real vehicles, and again, they try to make educated guesses of how they perform and what weapons they have, etc., etc. So they try to be realistic, even though, you know, it's not 100%. With adding the F-22 Raptor, though, you're gonna have to add some fictional stuff to the jet just because it's so classified, right? So some parameters, yada yada yada, that could technically be considered fictional on the jet could be added. Not only that, once Gaijin adds jets like the Felon or F-22 or J-20, right, 5th gen aircraft, what's the next aircraft that's going to wow people? 6th generation aircraft, or jets like the Checkmate, which aren't entirely finished, or straight up fictional designs, or maybe concept aircraft that were never even produced? And that's where I can kind of see a problem. I don't want to see War Thunder add fictional aircraft to the game. This could change in the future. I don't know how I'm going to feel in 2 years about War Thunder. But as of now, it'd be cool if they didn't add fictional aircraft. And I feel like adding 5th gen aircraft would definitely open a door. And this is the main reason why. So War Thunder, when they add newer jets, like big jets like the F-15, or when they added the F-14, a lot of people downloaded the game just to get that jet, or a lot of people start to grind the game just to get that jet, right? Because it's so wow, it's like, oh wow, War Thunder has an F-15, wow, War Thunder has an F-14, that type of deal, right? It brings people into the game, shock value. Once we add 5th gen aircraft, you're pretty much gonna have, like, if we have 5th gen aircraft, we have the Eurofighter, we have the F-18, we have all the stuff we really wanted, right? Well, what's next? How are you going to bring in more money? More premiums? You could do that, but there's not going to be any more top tier type vehicles. So that could potentially be a problem to where Gaijin basically just runs out of shock value vehicles to add, and they just start adding fictional vehicles. That could be the case. But again, there's no proof backing this. We'll have to see what Gaijin does in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say today. Thank you guys for watching. Again, subscribe if you guys like this content and want to see more. And make sure to like the video. It does help push out these videos into the algorithm. Last but not least, make sure to take care. And tell me in the comments down below, what do you think about this 5th gen aircraft? Do you want to see an F-22? I kind of do. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, take care and stay safe. Don't die.